Hey, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everybody to another Thursday night of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts. How the heck are you? And with me, hey, Debs.
Hi there. How are you? I like to say hi to our chat. We have such a great chat. I can't see them when I'm co-hosting because I get too distracted. But I love it.
I'll do a quick romper room. I see Brian, and I see Lisa, and I see Heather talking about Elisa's men's underwear. And I
wish I was in that right now.
And Lisa, Karen, good to see everybody. How you doing? Dang, I missed y'all last week. To not have both shows in a week, it's always nice to have a break because there is a lot of work and prep for the shows. Yeah. And then the week goes by, I'm like, I miss seeing everybody in the chat, and I miss giving you guys all our tips and tricks. So welcome. Thank you for coming back. Got a great show for you. Hello, Linda from Vegas. How the heck are you? So let's get right into it, shall we?
Wait, I gotta ask. Do you feel naked without your mask on when we're on the show?
No, I'm in my house more than I'm anywhere else. So
I'm getting ready and I'm like, oh, where's my mask? I'm like, I don't have to wear my mask because I'm not really talking to anybody in person.
Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest this week, returning almost 2 years to the date, is Nicole Holtz. Hello, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Now, if you're just tuning in and you didn't see what the show is about tonight, 2 years ago, Nicole and her family were 1 week removed from being hit by a tornado. And really, the only thing that survived, besides the family, was her eBay stock, which was crazy. And so I told Deb, I go, hey, we got to start having people on who we said we'd do a follow-up with. And Debbie's like, how about Nicole? And I'm like, yes. And so we're obviously going to talk to you about what happened after the tornado. How's your family? How's your house? But although there is no drink called the tornado, there is a drink called the hurricane. So kind of in your honor, I'm drinking that tonight. And if you saw Nicole the first time, Nicole loves horror movies. So I gave her a choice today, and she said she likes Jaws. So in honor of her, I have my kick-ass Jaws mug. But wait, it gets better. Let me make me bigger here. You ready for the swizzle?
Oh, my God.
Ooh, that's amazing. I love it.
How kick-ass. I mean, it's a great mug, but that swizzle just makes it. It's amazing. And they made this mug in a variety of colors, and this one I love the best because of the little bit of the blue coming up from the dark water to get the girl swimming in the beginning of the movie. It's amazing. So in your honor, I'm having a hurricane.
Cool.
What do you got tonight, Deb?
Well, I have water tonight, but I have this mug from Latitude 29 because we don't have as many mugs as you do. So my husband said, well, this is from New Orleans, which is right on the Mississippi River, right? And the Mississippi River runs through Missouri. Did I get that right? So that's why I'm drinking out of this one. And this cost $125. I can't believe that, but it was worth it to us. So.
And our guest has rum in a tiki mug tonight.
It definitely was not a $125 mug. It was a quarter. But
quarter.
And yeah, I'm having a strawberry daiquiri with the highest of class Bacardi.
Hey, like I said pre-show, as long as it's not Malibu, I'm all right then.
But next time, get a better rum.
All right, Nicole, sit back, relax, and we can't wait to find out how everything's going. Great. 2 years later. It was so funny because when we were talking about you, I'm like, well, she wasn't on that long ago. And I think we all forget there was a whole year of really nothing happening in our life. And so, no, it was 2 years ago. And it doesn't seem that long, but now you look back, you're like, oh, wow. All right. So you've had 2 years putting your life back together. Yay. We'll talk about that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first part of the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely a Peggy special mug. One thin quarter.
Yes.
And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. Oh, real quick. A real hurricane is a very easy drink. It's a classic drink. The modern interpretations have a lot of crap in it. Let me tell you how easy it is. Get a pen out and write this down.
I'm ready.
4 ounces of good Jamaican rum, 2 ounces of passion fruit syrup, and 2 ounces of fresh lemon juice. That's it. 422. It's easy.
Wow. That's funny because we have this much passion fruit left. And today I was thinking I need to order some of that. Because
yeah, I'm just about out too, so I need to order some more. All right, Deb, you're up.
Okay. We look for cycling jerseys. They're getting more expensive in the thrift stores, but Bill found this one when he checked it out. One had sold for like $70. So we put ours up for $79.99, and we waited a while. We just took a best offer of $55.
You remember what you paid for it?
We paid $5.39.
Wow, that's very specific.
I know. We keep good spreadsheets because you taught us.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, and this ink sold for that full price of $65. I bought an Epson printer, but I didn't put the ink in because I put sublimation ink in it. I'm sublimating my own coffee mugs, so I needed a special ink. Never put that in. I thought, hey, let's sell it on eBay. We sold it for $65, so that helped pay for the printer.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey, San Marcos. Yay.
Yes, you told us all about these. That sold for full price of $79.99, and we paid $8.99 for it. And Hulu.
The best part. Wait, hang on. I got this. Hold on. Where is it? Hold, please. I haven't brought this out in a while. Ready?
And okay, 20 size. Hulu bought it. Woo, it's going to be, hopefully, in a show called Punk Bleep Bleep. You say the rest.
This blanket's going to be in a show called Punk Ass Bitch on Hulu. So
That's
Debbie stole something to do a TV show. Yay.
This is my second time, but yeah. So we'll have everybody watch the show to find our blanket.
Yep. Awesome. Oh, Deb, you sold your shorts.
Oh, no, I wish. I wish I was a size 10. This was our first sale out of a Goodwill box. So I paid
sweet.
$10. Yeah, paid $10 for a box. I forget what they call it. It was like ladies' stuff or something. And so those sold on sale. We did a 20% off sale. They sold for $26.27. So I probably paid a buck because there were like, I think 10 things in there for $10.
Yep.
Yeah, they sold fast too.
The 10 for 10. All right. I haven't sold a nice big bra in a while. This one isn't all that big, actually. It's only a 50C, but I sold it for $35 plus shipping.
Only a 50C?
Yeah, 50C compared to, I sell L's and M's and N's. And so a 50C is not that big of a deal, but it was still a nice bra. And hey, it brought me $35. So if you've not looked in the bra section yet, go look.
So you're saying that could be a training bra for a double XYZ?
Exactly. All right, Deb, who's Stiv Bators? And I'll ask the chat too. Let's see who the first one is. See the first 80s music fan.
Never heard of him.
Oh, it says it right in the title. Duh. So Stiv Bators was the lead singer of the Dead Boys, and they were a punk band out of Cleveland. And I found 3 Stiv Bators shirts in Buffalo Exchange for $10 each. Now, you have seen me sell the other 2, and I finally sold the third one, and they all sold somewhere between $75 and $100. And they were smalls, but I'm like, man, you never see Stiv Bators shirts. Never. And so when I saw them, I'm like, dude, that's cool. And I didn't mind waiting. This one took about a year to sell, but I knew it would. And had they been a bigger size, I am sure they would have sold faster.
Good job.
I know, Brian, right in the title. No one even typed it.
I didn't have to. I knew I don't know who they are.
All right. So I showed you my Walt Disney Treasures haul 2 weeks back. Mm-hmm. And I sold my first one. So I paid $30 a piece for these. And I sold my first one for $120. Da, 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 da. Yay. But the cool thing is, this one was called On the Front Lines, The Warriors. So Disney did this whole thing about us being in the war. And I think it's World War II when he made this. But it went to one of our military guys who were stationed overseas in South Korea.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, I would have never in a million years would have thought collectible plates would actually sell for decent money. Now, my buddy gave me his Star Wars plates quite a while ago, and I got tired of moving them around. And I said, let's list them. And they sold like that. I'm like, I'm an idiot. So so this set of 8 sold for $200, and the same customer bought this set of 3 for $45. So I guess if you see the Star Wars collectible plates, grab them.
Yeah, I've never seen any. I see all the other ones, but
yeah, I mean, I would never look at collectible plates ever, but now I guess I have to because of this.
Well, they are.
And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with Flippin Cassettes. Sorry, I cut you off there, Deb.
Oh, that's okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was saying those are cool plates. Okay, I sold a cassette tape. Oh, we paid $1 for it, and it sold for $19.99. I was kind of wondering if maybe the whole Dr. Seuss book stuff going on maybe helped him sell, but yay, we sold it.
Look at that. Not even music. I love it. All right, so Refuse is a punk band. I like them. I thought other people liked them. I bought these 2 cassettes quite a while ago and finally sold one of them. So yay me. I didn't pay a lot, like $4 each, but still, I really thought they'd move a lot quicker. But I got $20 for it, so I'm not angry, but I still got 1 to go.
Congrats, that's good.
Okay, this is like a record box set. So this band, Technomatic, this was their release. Now, most bands release 1 record. So it's 2 12 inches and 2 10 inches in a book with pages. So it was crazy. I bought it for $12 at Zia Records in Northern Phoenix. And I took a best offer of $50 for it. So even weird stuff. Now, when you got weird stuff like this, and this one comes in 3 colors, green, yellow, and white, you got to catch the customer's eye in the first shot. So you got to figure out how to get it all in the first shot. And then you can show the front, the back, all the actual records. But most of our customers that we know don't go through the pictures. So you got to make sure to let them realize that, look at all this fun colored vinyl.
That's a great photo.
I will tell Zoe, my teenager, does a great job.
Yes, they do. Creative.
And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Haha, just kidding. I had 1 more record. I forgot I had 2 this week. This is what we call shaped picture vinyl, because that girl working out, that's the shape of the vinyl. See it?
Wow. That is awesome. I can't figure out how those play. Don't they hit something going around?
Nope, because it's smaller than a 12-inch. And so it's a 7-inch in the middle.
Okay.
But that is Wasp 95 Nasty.
I love that one.
And that sold for $32.
Cool.
All right, now it's time for CDs. Okay, look.
Barb?
I know Barbra Streisand's a great singer, but I'm just not a fan. And not that I hate her, because Celine Dion's neck frightens me, so I really don't like Celine Dion. But I'm like, who wants a 1-track single? But I'll throw it up there. It sold like that. I'm like, did I underprice it? It sold so fast. Someone needed this 1-song single of Babs so quick, $20.
She has a huge fan club, and we had a guest on the show here that is a huge Barbra Streisand fan. I forget her name, Ari. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, yeah. She's got a following.
All right. Who was on Casablanca Records? I'm throwing out a lot of music trivia tonight. So this, while I'm waiting for an answer, there's 2 really big acts on Casablanca. So this is the box set. I picked it up. I forget where, but I picked it up for $5 and sold it for $50. That's one of them. Good job, Bash Class of 04. Kiss was on Casablanca, and boom, Lisa Bowen with a follow-up. Donna Summer. Plenty of other artists on there, but those were the first 2 that came to my mind.
Now, those 2 I do know.
Yeah. So keep your eyes on for the box sets. It's the things I teach in my Flippin' CDs classes. All right, Deb, I know you're a big Front 242 fan.
Oh, no.
Industrial band from the 90s. I paid, as you can see, $5. And I sold it for $50. Oh, yeah. Village People were on Casablanca, too. Forgot about that.
We have a smart chat.
And Heather comes through with a funny Humphrey Bogart.
That was my first thought.
All right. Boom. I'll let that sit there for a second.
Whoa. Wow.
Would you call me ballsy?
Why, how much did you pay?
That's the question. Would you call me ballsy? Would you say Jason's usually a ballsy guy? Takes risks?
Oh yeah, I would.
Okay, so each of these CDs was $100, and I thought to myself, I said, "Self, this is Guns N' Roses. Use Your Illusions 1 and 2. They are separate albums, but no one had sold them together. And I thought, I'll drop $200 because I think I can sell them together for $300. I was hoping to clear about $75. Well, I sold them for $331. So I cleared almost $100 profit, about $94 profit. Nice. So, and it sold within a week and a half of listing. So I didn't mind dropping $200, but that's where you got to think outside the box. And those are a lot of the things I teach in my classes, because most people would not have looked at this and thought, I will drop $200 on this and then flip it quickly and make $100.
I would if I called you first.
Yeah, yes, you would have. All right. Are we forgetting something?
Hey, wait! Hold up! Don't forget about me!
Whoops! Now it's time for Stacy's Budget Bin Scores. Okay, I've made it easier now. I have Stacy put a little SS in the upper left corner of every CD she finds. So when we file them away, we know it's hers. This was a $1 CD. I don't even know who Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band is, but I don't care because Stacy turned $1 into $50. So
her average sale price is skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Does she have a bank account like where you're putting all her money?
No. If you can go into a record store and go to the stuff that I've taught you, and then you have a spouse or a friend or a sister or brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, go into the budget section and start working, boom, you come out with a lot more money, but not everything. Oh, what are you doing sneaking in here?
Hi, Stacy.
Speaking of the devil, was this a plan or was it a weird?
I was walking in.
So she just stepped in at her, this wasn't a plan. She just stepped in during her segment.
She wants her $49.99.
Good job, honey. No, not everything is good though.
No, that's for Frankie Dream.
And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. Everyone said hi, Stacy. She said hi, bye.
Bye-bye. Working girl. Okay, this has been around since sometime October 2017, and I had it at $16.99. I just dropped it down to $11.99. But I think it's a small size, but somebody's got to want this scrub.
Cute scrub.
You know it's cute, but I don't know. It's a dud for now. It's in the dud section. So,
well, I will tell you, Angelique, she caught me off guard. I didn't hear her open the door, and the door beeps when you open it. I didn't see her walk into the office. I noticed her here. So she did kind of get me. I held my composure. I held my cool, but I did not know she was here.
Need a better system. And another dud. I mean, it's been listed October 2017. Same thing.
Like
has a lot of views, but hey, $24. Nobody wants it. It's crazy because scrubs are good, stitch kits are good, but some are duds.
See, you should send it to one of our tiki artist friends and have them paint on it like the Kraken tentacle coming up and grabbing the ship, and then it's part of your tiki bar.
Oh yeah.
See, got to think outside the box sometimes. Now, every once in a while we have an update. This was my dud. 2 weeks ago. It sold. And I don't think anybody watching the show, $10 free shipping. I was going to throw in an envelope with a stamp, and I had teenagers shipping for me that day, and she did like she was taught to do. So first class was like $350 or something. So yeah, there was not a lot of money in here, but it sold. But here's my duds for the week. This is not how CDs are supposed to work. I paid $20 and I sold it for $24 on Amazon. So with Amazon fees, that was a loss. So that's not how it's supposed to work. But every once in a while, here's a dud for a different reason. We just recently rewatched The Wolf of Wall Street. If you've never seen that movie, you've never seen that movie?
Not yet. I will.
Oh, watch it tonight. It is an amazing movie. I would almost maybe put it top 20 of my all-time favorite movies. Okay. And Leo is so good in this. I love the music, so I got the soundtrack. Now, the key is not everything you hear in the movies ends up on the soundtrack. So we didn't love the soundtrack so much. And Stacy goes, how much you spend on this thing? I go, $4. She goes, can we get our money back? And I sold it for $15. So it was an accidental thing. The soundtrack was the dud, but hey, I made some money. So, I'll take it.
Yeah, that worked.
I will take it. All right.
And you made some money on it.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Moya Vagrand. There, I just listened to the thing.
Are these the guys that were lip syncing?
Uh-huh. So someone in 2021 in Moya Vagrand in France needed a Milli Vanilli CD promo single for $25.
Hey.
And that's why we have this segment, because you never know who needs what where.
That's right.
I mean, I want to know what was happening in this little town near Luxembourg that someone's like, you know what I need today? But of course, they said it in French. I need a Milli Vanilli promo CD single. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. $25 plus shipping. So
I bet I know what it was. Some people were talking about it and they bet somebody you'll never find this anywhere. And someone said, watch me. I'll find it on eBay.
Yeah, who knows? But I'm so glad I went there. And Deb, you didn't have none this week. What up?
No, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll move on then.
And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
Okay, I was going to say, I did have one to Puerto Rico, but you won't let me use that as international. So.
Well, because it isn't.
I know, but eBay puts a banner there that says international, and it catches my eye, and then I'm like, oh, it's Puerto Rico. It's not international. So, hey, oh, well. Okay, here's my shipping tip. I am one of those ones who, it's been quite a while, but I mixed up 2 books, and I sent them to the wrong people because I sealed the box and put the packing, the label on it. So what we do now is we print out our packing slips now, and then put the item with the packing slip. So you can put it in the box, you got your weight and everything, print your shipping label out. And before you actually close it, you can verify this shipping label goes with this packing slip. There is a better packing slip. Oh, I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'll wait till we get to the next part. I don't like this packing slip as much. So anyway, that's good. Put your paper and your item and everything together and verify it before you, because somebody in the group just did this too, goofed up their boxes. So this is a foolproof way.
By the way, all the good things I've said about Elisa Goldman, I take them all back. I hate her.
What happened?
She sent me a freaky picture of Celine Dion's neck.
Oh my gosh.
Blah.
Oh, it's like the giraffe neck.
All right, look, we have said this 1,000 times, especially in the thrifting board. I bought a collection of CDs just 2 weeks ago. Came in 12 boxes. And I reached out to the guy because it's a guy I kind of know on Facebook. So it wasn't just a shot in the dark purchase. He said, hey, man, I don't got time. You want to buy my CDs cheap? I said, sure. So when I got this, I'm like, yeah. So just for future reference, if I had a shellfish allergy, that is not a good box to ship in. No, nor would a peanut box be a good box to ship in. No. So I have used some food type boxes in the past, but I tend not to. But definitely don't use a shrimp box.
And for some people, shrimp is not kosher, and they would be highly offended.
That too. I didn't even think about that angle. Look at you dropping extra science.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be careful. Some allergies can kill people. And so don't put your customer in any harm's way just because of the shipping materials.
And people are allergic to eggs. People want to use egg crates. And I'm like, gosh, the way I look at it is a lot of our boxes are brand new. I'm giving my buyer a gift. They get a gift of a nice new box that they can reuse if they want.
Yep.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Okay. I have a very good story and it's true. It's true. Putting an ad in a phone book can get you, if you want to specialize in comics or books or whatever, can get you a good score. This just happened to somebody that I heard of, and it was definitely worth it. So it can cost you about $75 a month per city for a phone book ad, and then it also gets you an online. And if you want to find out, if you really want to do it, reach out to me and I can help get you set up. But it's a way to get, and people laugh and say, nobody uses a phone book anymore. Really? My 81-year-old dad and the seniors, these older people are the ones that are sitting on the goods that we want. And if they can pick up a phone book and go, oh, this person buys them, they don't have to deal with eBay. They don't have to take pictures. They don't have to do anything. They just call somebody, and this is what happened to this person I know, and it was huge. So it's something to think about if you're, like Jason says, ballsy, and you want to put an ad in the phone book and wait.
Well, look, I do a ton of music. Brian in the chat does a ton of computer games, and that could be something we could run an ad with. And people are like, "Hey, I'm cleaning out my dad's closet. He's got all these records, he's got all these video games, whatever." So yeah, could work and work for someone Deb knows.
It's easier than having a garage sale, and they're going to get more money than they would in a garage sale or donating it. So, yep, do it.
All right, here is how you double your sales. So, I showed my thrift haul a couple weeks ago where I got all these Walt Disney treasures. Now, this one was signed by Leonard Maltin, and he was still alive. I forgot.
Yeah.
He is a film critic, but he's the one that gave Disney the idea to do these, and he introduces each video. So if you remember from the haul, he signed the cover and the DVD. Now, I could sell it as is, or keep my eyes open for an unsigned one like I just did. And so now I go from one item signed twice to two items signed once. So just flip the tops. So now I have this one's autographed and this one is autographed. So now I have two autographed items.
Smart.
So if you ever get that, you're in that situation where you've got an item signed more than once and you can do something like that. Boom. So now I'm going to list both of these, not at the same time, obviously, but I'm probably going to sell them. I paid an average of $32 and I'm going to sell them for around $150, give or take.
So one you found in Savers and one you found online?
So one I found the big batch of them in Savers, and then the one I just picked up last weekend was in Phoenix at the record store. I happened to lean over and look into the glass display case of the good DVDs. I'm like, I need that.
Wow, that's
I need 4 of them. I need 3 now, but I needed 4 total. So
nice.
I know which one. So now I'm going to turn one autograph thing into 2 autograph things.
Nice.
And I lost my place. There we go. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Alrighty. The other day we went to ship an item and we had to wait too much and we owed the person back like $7.50 for shipping. Well, it used to be no problem. I go into PayPal, find the transaction, and refund the money. And Bill does more of our, running our eBay. So I go, what do? I don't even know where to find it. So he said, go to the transaction, click on this where it says sell similar. There's a drop down, find send refund, click on that. It brought up through my managed payments. And I just it had a question why. I said, I think I mentioned overcharge for shipping, something like that. Put the amount in and poof, it was all done. So it made it quick and easy, just like it was before. But now I don't have to go to PayPal. I could stay right there on eBay. And then also I was going to say, see there where it says print, packing, slip, and more. That's the one you want to print out because that has the QR code that goes to our store printed right on it. It's a really cool printing packing slip now. And you can even go in and edit that to put things on it.
And I'm going to be doing a video on it this weekend probably. So
cool.
Stay tuned. If you're not using your invoices yet, because I know a lot of people didn't in the past, there's a good reason to use them now. And I'm going to go over all that this weekend. So I'll be making like a 10-minute video about the new invoices and how to customize them. So basically what Deb just said to do.
Yay.
All right. Anyone in the chat right now not selling on multiple platforms? And let me add a part 2 to that. Are you cross-listing your expensive items? Because you never know where your customers are going to be. Now, you might say, Jason showed this sale of this Prince box set 3-4 weeks ago. You'd be right. And guess what? This is a different one. So this is like a bonus CD bolo because I just sold this box set again for $190. And I bought it new at a record store for $65.
Cool.
So if you aren't listing on multiple platforms and you aren't listing your expensive items on multiple platforms at the same time, I only had one, but the chance of 2 people buying it on multiple platforms, pretty slim. So if this person would have shopped around and what I'm showing you My online selling platform tip of the week is not everyone shops around. This is in my Amazon store. They paid $190 and shipping. Had they gone to my eBay store, it was on sale for $159. So they overpaid by $30 because they didn't look around. Now, I ain't mad at them. I'm very happy that they didn't, but a lot of customers don't do any looking. So if you're only on one platform, you're missing out. Because for me to have that on multiple platforms, I got more money.
Yeah.
I added $30 in my pocket, which is how many Frankie's drinks?
I don't know. It's a whole lot. I was going to say too that I always encourage people to sell on Bonanza at least because it auto syncs and it auto pulls it off when it sells on eBay. And their fees are, if I understand right, their fees are only 3.5%. And I have mine set that it's cheaper than it is on eBay because the fees are lower. So my buyer gets a better deal. And I sell some of our more expensive books on Bonanza. So at least add Bonanza.
So at least where's Peggy? So mom and dad, it's their anniversary today. Yay. They've been married for like 107 years or something. So they went on a little trip. They're vaccinated and they went on a little trip to get crabs. And they're going to a great vintage store in Pittsburgh tomorrow called Retro on 8th. I filmed a segment in there for thrift hunters, and the women who own that store are amazing, Jennifer and Haley. So that's where mom is. She might be watching, but she might not have good internet wherever weird burg she is in right now. All right, one more segment, and then we'll get our guest in here. Whoops, going the wrong way. Where is it? There it is.
And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
All right, look, there ain't nothing more unseasonably sold than this. This was listed a month before Thanksgiving and sold 2 days after Easter. Now, I'm so curious. What has happened in someone's life that 2 days after Easter, they're like, we need a turkey terrine. That's what we need.
Well, farmhouse is big, so maybe it's just go their farmhouse decor, or they got their animals mixed up. It's not a bunny, it's a turkey.
Oh, and how is Big Daddy doing? Well, Mom and I will be back on Sunday, so we can ask those questions then, but he is feeling pretty good. And hey, they're traveling. They drove 5.5 hours to get crabs. So.
Wow. That's great. Great news.
So yes. So if you're not listing all your holiday stuff, you should be, because you never know when the week of Easter, someone's like, I need a turkey. Yeah. That happens. All right. Let's talk about what's coming up next, and then we'll get Nicole in here. All right. So speaking of going out of the way, this week's topic on selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, is out of the way sourcing. Mom and dad went to a community garage sale in a 100% Amish community, and they had more than just Amish stuff, and they found actually a lot of good stuff. I drove to LA last week. Now, LA is not out of the way, so to speak, but when you live in Nevada, it is. I went and lined up waiting for a store to open that had been closed for a year and made a killing. So we're going to talk about a little bit of like planning, and don't judge a book by its cover. Some of you might not think, let's go to an Amish garage sale. But there's a lot of good stuff. And so Mom's going to show you the stuff she got just from the Amish community. I'm going to talk a little bit about when I travel to source and things like that. And now that we're starting to get vaccinated and the country's opening back up, it is time to start moving about the country and sourcing again. All right, Deb. Deb's been bugging me to do this show because people are always asking me questions and asking Deb to ask me questions. So this is Deb's baby. So what are we doing next week, Debbie?
Ask Jason almost anything. So I'm not sure. I think we're going to put a thing in the chat, the group, and ask for questions. But I'm going to have a nice script written out and everything. But I just think finally, because, there's a lot of stuff that they ask. And what I like, too, is some of the answers in the thrifting board. What would Jason say? Would you agree with those answers? And they're good answers because we always just give good information. But yay, I think it would be fun.
So I'm going to have a post in the thrifting board, a little bit of a different graphic, and then you can ask your questions there. And then we will take questions live on the show too. So it can be about anything. It can be about shipping, sourcing, eBay, rum, Spice Girls, music stores, tiki bars, whatever. So it don't have to be business related. It can be fun related. So If you've had a question for me that I've never answered, now's the time.
Yeah, hit me up with them so I can get them all written up.
And those of you in the Secret Beach, next Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast, we are talking flipping matchbooks. You know what the most expensive matchbook in the last 90 days is, Deb?
I'll just guess 500.
$465 for one matchbook. So it's something we haven't covered before in the Secret Beach. We've touched on it a little bit, but we're definitely going to talk about it because also there's rules on how to send flammable material.
Yes.
But there's a lot of good money to be made, and usually you can buy them in bulk. And so that's what we're going to talk about in the Secret Beach next Friday night, April 16th, 7 p.m. All right.
Excited for that one.
Let's get our guest in here. Boom.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week.
Oh, I was so close. I did not give myself enough time. That is too short a window. I got to add you. Get the graphic up. Get rid of the other graphic. I'll get it someday. Hey, Nicole.
How much of your daiquiris left? How much of your daiquiri did you drink while we were gone?
I've had like a drink. There's left.
I was going to say, my hurricane's almost gone. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am great. Let's get rid of this for now and make you nice and big.
So glad to have you back on again. So glad you and your family are still here with us after all that.
Yes. It's been an interesting couple of years.
All right. So for those who maybe forgotten the episode or didn't see it, new to watching us, hi, everybody. Give us the recap. So when you were on last time, it was like 1 week removed from getting hit by a tornado.
Yes.
And so tell us, give us a little recap of what happened that day. And then.
Yeah. Well, we have severe weather here in the Midwest a lot. But it was May 22nd of 2019. We had a tornado warning. So we've got a tornado shelter in our garage. At the time, we just had one little girl. So we all hunkered down in there. We heard a little bit of noise for like 10 seconds. And then we thought it was done. So we came out of our tornado safe and tried to go back into our house. And we couldn't get the door open. So once we finally got the door open, we seen that like the whole back of our house was basically destroyed, and everything, glass, wood, trees, everything, everywhere. So it was a crazy few days trying to find a place to go because we don't have any family here. So we ended up staying in a hotel. We lived there for probably like a month. Then we moved to another hotel, an extended stay hotel, and lived there for probably another month. And then we finally got into a little tiny rental house. I think it wasn't even like 900 square feet. So running a business out of those places was interesting for sure.
You win, Ward.
Our Stacey and I's first house was 900 square feet. And I can't even imagine. I wasn't running a business at the time. I didn't have a child. And so that's crazy. Yeah. So when we talked to you on the first time you're on, we talked from the hotel. And
yes.
But the punchline to that is really the only thing that survived was your eBay inventory.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys survived, obviously.
In our house. Yeah. And luckily we had everything in those black and yellow sturdy plastic containers. Otherwise we would have been totally screwed. Can I say screwed?
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, thank goodness though that we had those, because otherwise we would have been starting all over.
You should do a commercial for that company.
No kidding. So now let's go back. So you were on a week later, and then we're like, okay, bye-bye. And so how was it trying to keep up with your business? And of course, you've got to now call your insurance, and I mean your house. And were your cars damaged?
They were totally destroyed, both of them. So we didn't have anything really. Oh my gosh, I got so many supportive messages from everyone at the thrifting board after I was on the show last time. Lots of, come to find out, very good advice about how you need to be extremely careful when dealing with your insurance company, the contractors, all of that. I can attest that it was a complete nightmare. yeah, it was a very, very long, difficult process. And then running a business on top of it all, and having, at the time, our daughter was 1. So that's kind of a demanding age too. So it was difficult, but we did it. So
You had to be in a little bit of shock. I mean, it's not normal for this to happen. So there's the shock and the trauma.
Yeah, and it's funny how you kind of slowly realize, like, when you go to like look for something and you're like, oh crap, I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't own that anymore. It's kind of like, upset and disappointed, like, every single time you go to look for something, and then you're like, crap, I don't actually have that anymore. So, but we're here, so I'm thankful for that. So.
And that's awesome. I didn't realize people reached out to you who had been through that and said, hey, you gotta watch out for this and this and this. That's awesome. That part I did not know. Did you ever see the movie Money Pit with Tom Hanks? And
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he pours the water in the bathtub and it goes through the floor and he just starts laughing hysterically, was there ever a point when you guys just start laughing hysterically at this?
Yeah. Yeah, well, because then a few months later, I got pregnant. So for most of this house rebuild, I was very pregnant, and I wouldn't say I was mean, but maybe I was a little edgier. So I think my contractor heard it from me a few times, and yeah, it was a mixture of being mad or crying or sometimes laughing. So yeah, definitely.
So Ronald's got a great question. So immediately after you've got your eBay stuff, you move that, and at the time your one child and your husband into the hotel room. Was the rest of the town still open, or was it one of those where it cut a thin path and everything else was okay?
Yeah, no, we were just extremely unlucky. It had a very thin path. My my backyard neighbor's house got completely destroyed as well, and they ended up tearing that completely down, and they still haven't rebuilt. And then our house got nailed really hard, but there's probably only maybe 3 or 4 other houses that really got nailed hard in our neighborhood. So,
wow.
So luck of the draw. Well, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, just to put a fine point on it, that's the house today. Oops, that's the house today.
Love it.
Yeah.
Look how nice.
It's a work in progress still, but yeah, it's coming along.
All right. So from the moment you said, hey, insurance company, to this point, how long was that?
To rebuild the house, it took them a year and 3 months to rebuild it. And they originally told us, like, oh, you'll be in by Christmas, and we weren't in until the August after Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that kind of sounds.
Well, they meant the following Christmas.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, were they specific about which Christmas?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got some pictures. This was your first baby's room, and now you have a second baby. So, but obviously you guys had taken shelter. So here's how the first baby's room looks, and now here's how it looks today. Ta-da!
Wow.
Now, I got to ask a question. Is gray the new color? Because I've been seeing gray everywhere.
I'm obsessed with gray. Like the color in our house is light gray in every single room. So
all right.
It's very calming.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo that gray was the hot color, but everywhere it looked like them, it's gray. It's gray. All right, so there's your kitchen. You didn't realize you're having a kitchen, a dining al fresco in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, do you go? I assume you guys go through everything and like, okay, these 20 dishes survived, and then we take them with us. Is that what you guys did, or do they just call the whole house a loss?
Well, we tried to go through things. It didn't help because it downpoured like crazy for hours and hours and hours after the tornado. And so when you have no windows or roof, your possessions get gross really quickly. So we saved a little bit of stuff, but a lot of it just had to go in the dumpster.
But here is the new kitchen. Woo! Look at that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Now, I'm guessing the things that got replaced were better than the things that you had?
Somewhat. Again, replacing your possessions through insurance is a huge pain in the butt. You have to write down, you have to try to remember all of your possessions, write down everything, what their value is. Then they give you a percentage of that value. And then when you replace those items, you have to submit receipts and they give you an extra percentage of the value. It's a lot of stuff. So sometimes we just replaced things and didn't even report it because we had other things to do. So it was fun.
Wow.
When I moved into this house, my handyman was retiling the bathrooms and replacing the toilet in the master bathroom, and turning the water off caused a leak overnight that we weren't expecting, obviously. And when we walked in the next morning, all the floors were ruined. So we weren't expecting to refloor this office house right away, but we did. We had to call insurance, and kind of like Money Pit, these dudes came out and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got a flood. We'll stop the water." And then their cousins came out, cut the flooring out, cut all the walls out. I'm like, and then some more cousins came out and dropped off the blow dryers. I'm like, oh my God, I'm living the Money Pit right now. It's all their cousins coming over to do the different parts. But when it was done, the office has all nice flooring throughout it now that eventually I would have done, but thanks to a flood.
Yeah.
So Nadine's got a great question. Did you have photos of a lot of your items, or were you like, shit, we should have taken more photos of our house?
The insurance was pretty good about that. They really didn't require a lot of evidence, I suppose, of what we had. We had what we thought was a lot of insurance coverage for both the house and our possessions. And we did fine on possessions. The house, though, come to find out we were underinsured. They went over by probably about $25,000. And so thank goodness for my in-laws, because we definitely could not afford that. So they were able to pitch in and help us out with the overages. But we went with the recommended value that the insurance agent told us to get for our house, and he was way off. So.
Wow, he should have had to pay for it.
But that's a good tip to, you never expect to be in a situation like this, a flood, a hurricane, a tornado. You never expect it, but when it happens, you're like, damn, I wish I would have had a little bit better insurance. And so, and thank God for in-laws. When Stacey and I were newly married, I didn't balance our checkbook too well. Next thing I knew, we were $3,000 overdrawn. And so thank God for in-laws. All right. This is where you would watch TV and things. Now for driving.
Yeah.
Wow. I just can't even fathom. But let's take a look at let's take a look at nowadays. Oh, look how nice. And I noticed there's a little photo bomb right there.
There is. That's my littlest. Her name is Nova. So.
Beautiful.
But look how nice. And gray. Look at that.
And it's gray, yes.
But I just thank God that your family was okay, and you're a little short on the insurance, but it all worked out, and you guys are back and doing well. Now, how was the transition of moving all the stuff around? Did you lose anything? Did you have to cancel any transactions? That's the $1 million question.
You know what? We didn't. I'm shocked that we didn't. But yeah, we managed to catch everything, because some stuff we did lose, but we managed to catch it all before any of it sold and removed the listings. The biggest thing that we had after the show last time, I had a lot of orders from all of you wonderful thrifting board people. And my printer went kaput in the middle of those orders. So I had to handwrite out the rest of the labels. Sorry to those of you who got my scratchy handwriting labels. But yeah, that was really the only hiccup that we had. We did, I think, pretty well.
Sounds amazing. Wow. I would have just sat down and cried.
And then what Rich and I say, what state? You're in Missouri, right?
Missouri, yep.
Missouri. All right. And Brian, our thumbs up hall monitor, Yes, come on. Survived a tornado. There's 117 watching, only 27 thumbs up. Come on. Give Nicole a thumbs up. Come on.
Just
Well,
for the tip that we need to check our insurance policies and make sure we have insurance.
Yeah, no kidding. I think ours is good. With all my collectibles, I should definitely, Stace, we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know we've had that conversation with our guy. Go, look, we're not the average household. It's full of very expensive collectibles, and that's not normal. And so if, God forbid, something happens, I'd have to say, yeah, I had 1,200 drinking vessels, all worth on average of over $100 to be like, sure you did.
We can vouch for you. And also people need to remember our inventory is not covered by our homeowners. I just got an insurance policy that I think it covers that, but it covers liability. But most homeowners, I don't think, cover inventory. Yours was spared.
Yeah.
But if you had lost all your inventory, and for Jason, anybody to lose all those CDs and all your inventory. So make sure your homeowners covers your inventory. If not, look into getting one.
Yeah. And if you have a collection, definitely tell your insurance guy. Even if silly.
We have.
Because like I had a huge horror movie T-shirt collection, which sounds kind of silly, but it was like 50 T-shirts, and in order for me to replace them, a lot of them sell for like over $100. And so when I reported it to insurance, they're looking at it like, you expect us to pay like $100 for a T-shirt, and it's like, yeah, but you don't get it. So I mean, make sure that your insurance agent like knows that, hey, no, this is what the collection I have, and I want it insured. So.
Yeah, there was a friend many, many moons ago, probably about 15, 16 years ago. They were just sitting in their house, and I forget if it was a drunk driver or an accident, but someone drove through their house, and the room they drove through was their tiki room. So their whole tiki mug collection was destroyed in 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
2 seconds. And so you never, ever think for that, plan for that, but it could happen. So, if and everyone's giving good suggestions in the chat, videotape your stuff, take pictures of your stuff, and do it on the regular. And I don't mean every day, but don't take pictures once and then 10 years later be like, oh, here's my pictures from 10 years ago. Take them.
And it's good spreadsheet, because spreadsheets are out there in the cloud of all, list all your items on spreadsheets so that you know the main things. And I would imagine they must figure for a 3-people family, you had X amount of toothbrushes and you had dishes, they must have some kind of a standard where they kind of have a guesstimate, but.
Yeah, don't worry. We are insured. Don't worry.
Well,
Stacy's very good at taking care of insurance and all medical insurance and retirement funds. I'm not good at that part. Thank God Stacy is, because she takes care of it. All right. So does your oldest have any memories of it?
I think she does to a point. After the tornado, obviously, when we were living in a hotel, she got in the habit of sleeping with my husband and I every night. And so we are still battling that. She sleeps with us most nights, and I just think it makes her feel more secure. And I'm working on it. With the new baby too, it's been a struggle, but we're working on it.
That's a crowded bed.
And are there dogs and cats too?
When the tornado happened, we had 2 cats, and now we only have 1 because we lost our Gracie. She was 20 years old, and she finally passed away. So,
wow.
And is the one cat you have in bed too?
Yes, Samwise. Yes, he is.
So when you rebuilt, and I forget, so prior to the tornado, did you have an office space, or is it just part of the house?
It was a bedroom / guest room / office. Now we had a formal living room before that we never used. And so we use now the formal living room as our office. Oh, nice. I would have supplied pictures of that, but it is a disaster zone at all times.
And we all know that. So we all understand that 100%.
Yeah.
So does your husband do this with you? Does he have another job?
He does. My husband actually left his full-time job. It's been over a year now. And so he works for me now. Right.
Oh, I
but yeah, it's a family business now.
That's awesome. I love that you're bringing your daughters up in that.
Oh, and they are little thrifting divas. My 3-year-old like goes through the racks at Goodwill like better than most adults. And like if she drops, like if a shirt drops down, like she's like, "Mommy, pick it up." Like I'm like, good. Like most adults don't even do that. So
Yeah, so that's why you have kids. I have my neighbor's teenager working for me, and we were cleaning the garage today. And I'm tall, and I'm old, and my back hurts. So everything that was low, I'm like, "Will you pick that up?" I'm like, "Now I know. Now I get why you have children, to pick up things for you." Yay!
Grown children later too, when you really get old.
So, how many platforms are you guys selling on, Nicole?
you know what? You're gonna kick my butt, but mostly just eBay. I've
right.
sold on Amazon before, but I don't have anything active on there now. So
All right, come on. You got a bunch of cool stuff, Etsy and Mercari, because let me tell you, some people hate eBay, some people hate Amazon, and you got stuff that people want, and so you got to make sure that you're getting all eyes on it, and it just it increases the amount of places you sell. This week alone, I've sold on like 7 platforms.
Wow.
I definitely think we want to do like Mercari. We're a little bit scared of Posh just because we don't want to have to do all the sharing and parties and what have you. But we'll do our best.
Yeah, Depop is good because if you've got any clothing that I would have worn as a teenager, the teenagers nowadays want it. So Depop's good. I sold some stuff on Depop this week. Mercari's great. The only problem with Mercari, it's only domestic, so it's only United States. But I call it eBay Junior. It's easy to list, easy to sell. And, unlike eBay, most of these platforms are very tuned into the app part of it. So as soon as it leaves your house, you and the buyer are like, okay, package is on the way. Then it arrives at the buyer's house and you both get a message, hey, package is, delivered. So it's very much kind of on the point. And so it's a little bit different than eBay. But yeah, you got cool stuff. And I definitely suggest getting on other platforms.
I do need to do that.
Yeah, at least Bonanza, because like I said, it's auto sync. It's really easy. And then for Bonanza shipping, I use Pirate Ship.
Yeah, we love Pirate Ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian made his first Facebook Marketplace sale.
Well, congratulations.
They want to spend even more money. That's the great thing about Facebook, because now all platforms, they can converse with you, but with Facebook, it's very directly. They've already started the process. They want to buy this. They wanted to buy my stupid turkey terrain. And like today, I sold a CD for $30, a promo CD single on Discogs. And before he paid, he goes, "Got any more by that band?" And I said, "I don't right now, but save me as a favorite because I always get new stuff." So when you can have those conversations, you never know. They're like, "Oh, I'll take 7 of those and 3 of those." And
For sure.
hey, are you wearing a horror shirt right now?
Yes, I am.
What are you wearing?
Let's see. We've got some Dawn of the Dead action.
Nice.
Actually, Jason, I bought this shirt from you.
Oh, you know what? Yes.
Yes, I did.
I totally forgot about that. It looks great. Yay.
Yay!
Yes.
All right. Shall we see what your duds and scores are of the week? Boom. All right. Now, $25 seems like a good price. Why is this a dud?
I know. Okay, here's the deal. So yeah, Torrid is great. Torrid is like a bread and butter item for me. Their dresses always sell for $25 to $30 for me. And this one's no different. You'll see that in the title, I specifically said that it has pockets. Even in the description, I went as far to say that there are pockets at the hips.
Oh, no.
There are no pockets on this dress.
Oh.
So,
you doubled down on the pockets.
I did. I have no idea what happened, but yes. So my beautiful, wonderful buyer messaged me and said, "I'm so sorry, but there's no pockets on this dress, and I really needed the pockets." And so this is the great thing about running your own business. You don't have to do it the way I did, but for me, since I just so boneheaded this, and it was totally my fault, I said, you know what? I've already inconvenienced you. I'm so sorry. Keep the dress. I will refund you right now. And so she was super grateful. I mean, you can definitely have her send it back. That's your call. But for me, with this instance, since I just totally flat out lied on my listing, I thought that it would be better just to refund her and let her keep it.
I sent the wrong. Well, I don't think I did, but from my business, we sent one customer 2 items and another customer 0 items.
Oh.
And I couldn't get the first customer to send the back, and he might eventually. And then the customer who didn't get an item, he filed, didn't get my item, and right away I refunded. Said, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this item back. If I get it back, I'll get it to you." But yeah, totally screwed up. And so, not that I would have held his money, but the second he wanted it back, the second he was done waiting, I just gave it back because I'm like, drop the ball. You didn't get to him. This didn't have pockets. Yeah, take care of your customer because it will repay you tenfold for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So Valentine's, I picked up a ton of vintage Valentines before Valentine's Day this last year. And I don't mind selling stuff for a really low price if I have multiples. And so this was a case that I had multiples, which I was still happy with them overall. However, I had one of them go to Puerto Rico and one of them go to Washington. Both of those are zone-wise, like postally, like the most expensive zones that you can do. And so they were, I think, like $470 to ship them to those places. And so by the time I shipped them, it was like, okay, well, that sucked. But, it happens.
Yeah. I hate it when that free shipping, when I forget and didn't take it off, and it gets us.
All right, but we end on the good stuff.
Woo!
Okay, J. Crew is another brand that I would consider bread and butter for us. But it's not all created equal. So please do not go out and just start buying every random J. Crew thing you see at the thrift store, because most of it, or not most, but a lot of it is not going to sell very well for you. The key with J. Crew is that on their inner tag by their fabric content, they will have the season and the year that this item came out. And so these pants were from fall of 20. So they're a very new style. They were new with tags. They're obviously still available online. And so I was able to find like all the keywords that they used. And so these were like a no-brainer pickup then at that point. And then we sold them for $50. So just keep in mind, J. Crew does that. Talbot's does that. So you can look on those tags and see how recent of a style it is. And the more recent, the better, typically.
Nice.
Well done. Yay. Paid by numbers.
Love it.
Yeah, these were awesome. We got these at a church thrift store. They wanted 25 cents each. And so I gladly picked them up. But then I sat on them for probably a year because I was like, I ship clothes. I don't want to ship this. But, yeah. But I finally got them listed. And they sold pretty quickly. I think it was a couple weeks. She paid for shipping, which we normally do free shipping. But with this item, I did buyer pay. And she already left feedback. She's super happy with them. And even one of these has, like, they used the wrong color under the boy's feet. I think they put in, like, red in the grass. And so she loved it. The buyer still loves them. So she's really happy with them.
Yeah. So
heck yeah.
Yep.
Good job. Peggy Quarters. Good job. Because of this, I went and watched the scene where Kermit meets him in the Muppet movie today, and Rolf's at the piano. He's like, I like to go home, have a beer, take myself for a walk.
Yeah. This one I love because I bought him from another reseller for $1. Yes. So
are they still a reseller?
Yeah, the guy that I bought him from, he resells, oddly enough, toys, Funko Pops, but he usually specializes in like action figures, stuff like that. And so he must not look up plush at all, because he threw him up for sale for $1, and I gladly bought him for $1. And he sold really fast too. And then I've even gotten messages from people after he sold, like asking, "Do you still have him? Like, I want to buy him." But no, he's gone to his new home. So, don't get tunnel vision. If you're in a niche, that's great, but don't get tunnel vision so much that like you're getting rid of stuff that is worth good money.
Oh, wow. That's a good tip.
And Nadine says, great photos.
Yes.
All right, to go along with the Muppets, we end on puppets.
Yeah. Okay, I love these guys so much. On Facebook Marketplace, I found a person who was selling, I think there was 8 of them, and they wanted $40 for all of them. And they came in their own big rolling duffel bag, and they came with clothes and all sorts of cool stuff.
Wow.
And so this pair, the boy had been attacked by, it looked like a dog. His face was kind of chewed up. And so I sewed what I could like around his eye and stuff, and then just took lots of pictures and disclosed. But even so, they sold right away within probably 2 days for $70 for the pair. I sold another one singly for $50. And then I've just been sitting on the rest of them because I got busy doing other stuff. So I really need to get them up, but I've already made my money back a couple times. And then I looked up the bag that they came in, even, and that bag by itself sells for like $40. So it was a win all the way around.
Nice.
But I have had so much fun like torturing my husband with these puppets. You have no idea. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't make it into horror puppet somehow.
they have like said every filthy phrase that you can imagine, and it's been hilarious. But yeah.
Did you see the Happy Land murders?
No, I haven't, but I really, really want to.
I haven't either. It got bad reviews, but I still want to see it. If you don't know what the Happy Land murders are, it's like Jim Henson's Muppets, but for adults only. Only. It's a filthy R movie with puppets. Muppets.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! We might have to edit that part out.
Hey, it was a regular release, but it was by Jim Henson's kid.
Nicole's so sweet and feminine, but then she's a horror fanatic. She loves horror, and it's just
big time. Yeah, more blood and guts, the better. Yeah.
All right. So before we say goodbye, what's next on the agenda for Nicole and the family? What do you guys got coming up? Anything exciting?
Well, obviously, continue to list. I'm gonna reach out on more platforms.
Yay!
Clothes have been kind of slow lately, so I'm gonna try to expand out a little bit more too. Some new stuff. On a personal note, I'm going to a horror convention later this year. I'm psyched about that.
Yay!
Oh, and as a bonus tip, just I think everyone knows by now that horror VHS movies are hot sellers. But
I look all the time.
The horror DVD is coming back strong.
Okay.
It's not all of them. It's going to be some of your more obscure titles and stuff. But I was going through some of mine the other day, and it's getting crazy again. I mean, $30, $40 like for a movie. So keep an eye out if you see weird ones. It's worth your time to look up.
So we have cottagecore hot, and we have horror DVDs hot. So
yeah.
I'm glad you said that, though. You would think you wouldn't have to say things like "not everyone," but when I teach things and I show examples like that, the 2 gold discs of Guns N' Roses over $300, I wouldn't expect people to think every gold disc is worth that much, but people go, "Well, you said that one was," and I'm like, "Oh, there's always extremes. There's always the great and the shit, and then the middle." But I'm like, every single time I gotta say, not everyone is good.
That's why we scan when we go out.
Oh,
we check.
New category: cottagecore.
Oh yes,
I'm down. Yep, I'm in.
So where's that convention you're going to?
It is going to be the Frightmare in Dallas, Texas, in September.
Very cool.
So yes, all my horror peeps. Hopefully, we will see you there.
Well, have fun. All right. So I was showing Nicole's store. If you want to shop, there it is. It's super easy to say and remember.
Not really.
NIK 41784H. And head on over there if you want to buy something. Give her a buy. Now, if you don't want to buy nothing, at least give her a little old thumbs up right down here. And then if you're new, subscribe. We do this every week. Click the bell, lets you know when we're going live. And we'll be back. Mom and I will be back on Sunday. And Mom can share all her exploits of shopping with the Amish.
Oh, yes.
And I can tell you a little tip. If you ever go shopping with the Amish and they put out good Tupperware, you will have to fight the Amish ladies for good Tupperware.
So, does Peggy ever find horror DVDs in the Amish place?
That'll be a good question for Sunday. She didn't tell me what she found. She goes, I want to show what I got specifically from that. So before the normal haul part, I go, okay. And I never want to see it because I just want to be surprised on the show. So I look forward to seeing what she found. It will be hilarious when she pulls out some horror movies.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not expecting that.
Not big in the Amish community.
Hey, you never know. All right, Nicole, thank you. So glad to see you and your family doing very well. Congrats on the new baby. Congrats on the rebuilt house. And congrats on being able to go to an event coming up. That's yay. Yay.
No kids event.
I know. Kid-free weekend.
And thanks for all the great tips, because a lot of times we have to be reminded about how much insurance do we have and, you know, all those kinds of things.
It's not like fun stuff, but you'll want it when you need it. So.
Oh yeah, when we had the Napa fires, I was videoing everything, and boy, what you have looks way different. All those boxes in the garage for packing look way different through a video camera. I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed that we have all this. Plus, that's flammable. But yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Good to see everybody, and we'll see you back here on Sunday, 7 o'clock East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Debbie, Nicole, thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful evening, everybody.
List and sell a lot, everybody.
Woohoo!